How to block pop-up ads on Android. Pop-up ads are frustrating enough on desktop, but they're even worse on a mobile device with limited screen size. If you're sick of pop-ups ruining your phone experience, we'll explain how to stop pop-up ads on your Android phone. If the sites you visit serve pop-up ads regularly, you can turn them off or disable them with a few methods. Since Chrome is the default Android browser and you probably use it often, it makes sense to disable pop-ups there first. Tweaking a quick setting will completely disable pop-ups. To locate it, open Chrome and touch the three-dot menu button. Select Settings. Then navigate to Site Settings. In this menu, you'll see a list of properties that affect how websites can interact with your device. Tap the pop-ups and redirects entry and make sure the slider is set to the off-gray position. Chrome will prevent pop-ups, as well as sites redirecting you to places you don't want to go. While you're here, you may also want to tap the ads entry. Inside, make sure you have this slider turned off as well. This lets Chrome block intrusive or misleading ads on known spam sites. If this doesn't solve your problem for some reason, another step you can take is enabling Chrome's data saver mode. While its primary intention is reducing the amount of mobile data you use to view websites, turning this on also strips some unnecessary elements from pages. To enable it, visit Menu Settings Data Saver and flip the slider on. Pop-ups aren't vital to viewing a page's content. Of course, enabling this setting may cause some websites to look strange, but you can decide whether that's worth the better experience. If you can't get rid of pop-ups in Chrome, you might consider using another browser. You'll find many options on the Play Store designed for blocking malicious pop-ups and providing an interface free of annoyances. If you have an older Android phone, you should switch to a lightweight Android browser for better performance. Built for performance, many of them pack features similar to Chrome's data saver that strip unnecessary elements like pop-ups from pages. If you still see pop-ups after using these settings and trying other browsers, you may want to reconsider the sites you visit. Shady websites with explicit content or pirated material are often loaded with intrusive ads that can still get around pop-up blockers. We've figured out how to stop pop-ups from appearing in your browser. But what about ads popping up on your phone when you're using other apps or just navigating around your home screen? If you see pop-ups when you're using a certain game or app, chances are that the current app is the culprit. In those cases, you have to decide whether the app is still worth using despite the ads. Ads help developers make money from free apps, but you might not want to put up with intrusive pop-ups. To stop pop-ups ads inside an app, you can often purchase the Pro or ad-free versions of the app. You'll usually find these as an in-app purchase, though they're occasionally a separate download on Google Play. Unfortunately, not every developer offers these. Aside from rooting your device, the only way to block pop-ups inside an app is to stop using it. You can put your phone in airplane mode to stop ads in any app or game. But that won't work if it requires internet access to play. Pop-ups that appear even when you're using a different app are awful. With this problem, half the battle is figuring out what Android app is displaying pop-ups. Got pop-up ads on Android? Wondering why you've got ads on your phone? This article covers how to spot and remove unwanted ads. To start, if the pop-ups are a recent development, review any apps you've just installed. Perhaps one of them is malicious and causing the pop-ups. Some categories of apps, like system cleaners, wallpaper collections, and flashlights, are often filled with ads and could be your problem. Check the recent reviews for apps you're not sure about and see if other users have complained of pop-ups. Uninstall any problematic apps and see if the pop-ups persist. If this doesn't fix the problem, The next step is checking which apps have the permission to appear over other apps. Visit settings greater than apps and notifications greater than advanced greater than special app access greater than display over other apps. Here, you'll see all installed apps that you've given permission to show up even when you're not using them. Look through the list here and see if anything looks suspect. Some apps have legitimate reason to draw over others. For example, your SMS app may have a quick reply box. Or you might use a password manager that fills other apps. But if you see anything here that shouldn't have the permission, tap it and set the Allow Display over other apps to off. Do you ever install Android apps without a second thought? Here's all you need to know on Android app permissions. How they've changed, and how it affects you, is so important. If you don't give an app permission to do something dangerous in the first place, it greatly reduces your risk. If you still have a problem with pop-ups after removing shady apps and taking away permission to display over other apps, you should run a scan for infections. This is especially important if you've installed apps from outside Google Play. Downloading apps from dubious sources can more easily lead to problems. You really don't need an antivirus app installed on your phone permanently. But if you've reached this point and are still suffering from pop-ups, it's worth installing one just to run a scan. Malwarebytes for Android is a reputable choice. Give it a download and run a scan to check for infection. You don't need to pay for the premium service. Need to remove a virus from your Android phone? We show you how to clean your phone from a virus without a factory reset. Should that advice fail to stop the pop-ups, your best course of action is probably a factory reset. You've already removed apps that are potentially causing the issue, checked permissions, and tried an anti-malware scanner. While not technically pop-ups, notification ads are still a problem and just as annoying. If you see spam notifications up in your notification area, a quick flip of a switch can shut them down for good. These instructions will differ slightly depending on which version of Android you use. Pull down from the top of your screen to open your notification area and long press on the notification in question. You should see the name of the app responsible for it. Tap the eye in the circle icon to bring up that app's info. On any recent version of Android, you can also visit settings greater than apps and notifications greater than see all X apps and tap an app's name to open those settings. Once there, tap the notifications entry to change settings for that app's notifications. On Android Oreo and later, you might be able to disable certain kinds of notifications. On every Android version, you can disable all notifications for an app by turning off the slider. If you don't want to hide every notification from an app, but don't have the fine-grained options in settings, you'll have to dive into the app's specific settings. Look for a gear icon or a three-dot menu with a settings entry. A notifications header might hold an option to disable some kinds of notifications but not others. For instance, to disable the IMDb app's annoying trailer notifications, you have to tap the person icon in the top right corner. Then tap the three-dot menu followed by Settings. Choose Notifications Settings, and you can disable the trailer ads. We've covered how to stop 3 major types of pop-ups on Android. No matter where these pop-ups rear their ugly heads on your device, you'll know how to combat them. It's worth noting that ads allow online publishers and app developers to offer the content at no initial cost and still make money. Without ads, we'd have to pay for a lot of media we take for granted. So while blocking offensive pop-ups is certainly important, remember that non-intrusive ads power the web and mobile apps. To avoid dangerous apps on Android, you must know how to determine whether an app is safe. These crucial tips will help. Text source, makeuseof.com